Most cruise passengers think denied boarding only happens for expired passports. In 2025, people are being turned away for reasons so small they never saw them coming. Number 1. A criminal record that blocks your cruise, even a DUI. Most passengers don't realize this rule exists because the cruise line never explains it clearly. Cruise lines don't decide who can enter a country, governments do. If your itinerary includes a country where your criminal history makes you inadmissible, the cruise line may deny boarding before the ship even leaves port. This is where many cruisers get caught off guard. Canada is one of the strictest examples. Even a single DUI, no matter how old, can make you inadmissible unless you've completed formal rehabilitation or obtained a special permit. The same applies to parts of Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. Former crew members confirm that passenger manifests are sent to port authorities in advance. If a country flags your record, the cruise line may refuse to let you board at the departure port to avoid itinerary disruption. The consequence is severe. You don't just miss one port, you miss the entire cruise, often with no refund. The smart cruiser alternative is preparation. If you have any criminal history, even decades old, research entry rules for every port before booking. When in doubt, consult an immigration professional or apply for a waiver well in advance.
Number 2. Being deemed unfit to travel for health reasons. This rule became much stricter after global health events, and it's still evolving. Cruise lines reserve the right to deny boarding to anyone they believe could pose a health or safety risk to themselves or others. This includes visible illness, unresolved medical conditions, or recent surgeries. Most passengers assume this only applies to contagious diseases. That's not true. Persistent coughing, visible weakness, confusion, or signs of medical instability can trigger a medical evaluation at the terminal. Former crew members confirm that on-site medical staff have final authority. Once a decision is made, it's rarely reversed. The consequence is immediate denial of boarding, often without refund, because the decision is classified as a safety determination. The smart cruiser alternative is transparency. If you have a recent or ongoing medical condition, contact the cruise line's medical department before sailing. Provide documentation and confirm clearance in writing. Never assume you can explain it away at the terminal. Number 3. A tiny error in your booking information. This mistake looks harmless until it ends your vacation. Your cruise booking must match your legal identification exactly. Full legal name, correct date of birth, accurate passport details. Even a single-digit error can cause problems. Most passengers don't realize that passenger manifests are checked against immigration databases before sailing. If something doesn't match, the system flags it. Former crew members confirm that last-minute fixes are rarely possible. Once boarding begins, there is no time to correct official records. The consequence is denial at check-in. The ship sails without you. The smart cruiser alternative is simple but critical. The moment you receive your booking confirmation, review every detail line by line. Fix errors immediately. A 5-minute call months before sailing can save thousands of dollars. Number 4. Identification that's valid but still rejected. This is one of the most heartbreaking reasons passengers are turned away. Cruise lines don't just check if your passport exists, they check if it's flawless. Small tears, water damage, loose stitching, or faded photos can invalidate it. Name mismatches are another major problem. If your name changed due to marriage, divorce, or legal reasons, and your documents don't match exactly, you may be required to present legal proof. Former crew members confirm that photocopies, phone photos, or unofficial documents are never accepted. Even on closed-loop cruises, only original, official documents qualify. The consequence is immediate denial at the pier. The smart cruiser alternative is triple-checking everything. Confirm expiration dates. Inspect your passport physically. Number 5. Being under the minimum age to sail alone. This rule quietly ruins graduation trips and group vacations every year. Most major cruise lines require passengers to be at least 21 to occupy a stateroom alone when sailing from North America. Travelers under that age must be accompanied by an older adult, usually 25 or older. This is where many cruisers get caught off guard. Age rules vary by cruise line and departure region. Some lines lower the minimum age outside North America, others do not. Former crew members confirmed there are no exceptions at the terminal. IDs are checked. If you don't qualify, the ship sails without you. The consequence is total loss of the cruise fare. The smart cruiser alternative is verification. Check the cruise line's age policy based on both your departure port and itinerary. Never assume rules are universal. Number 6. Clothing that's actually illegal in certain ports. Most passengers think dress codes are just about etiquette. In some countries, they're about the law. In destinations like Jamaica, Barbados, and Antigua and Barbuda, civilians are legally prohibited from wearing camouflage. These restrictions are enforced by local authorities, not cruise lines. Former crew members confirm passengers have been fined, denied entry, or sent back to the ship for wearing camo ashore. The consequence isn't just embarrassment. It can mean missing an entire port, or worse, legal trouble. The smart cruiser alternative is awareness. Research clothing restrictions for every port. When in doubt, choose neutral colors and avoid military-style patterns entirely. Number 7. Failing the mandatory safety drill. This is the final checkpoint, and it's non-negotiable. International maritime law requires every passenger to complete the safety drill before sailing. It's not optional. It's not a suggestion. Some passengers try to skip it. They hide in cabins or head to the bar. Former crew members confirm security checks cabins and tracks attendance. The consequence is severe. If you don't complete the drill, your cruise card is deactivated and you're escorted off the ship before departure. No refund, no debate. The smart cruiser alternative is treating the drill as your top priority. Complete it immediately. Your vacation officially begins only after the ship receives clearance to sail. Number 8. Offensive or inappropriate clothing that gets you in trouble. Most passengers don't realize that what they wear can affect not only cruise rules, but also local laws. Clothing with offensive language, explicit graphics, or controversial messages can violate cruise policies, especially on family-friendly ships. Some destinations also enforce cultural or legal restrictions on certain clothing styles or symbols. Former crew members confirm that guests have been asked to change, restricted from venues, or flagged by staff due to inappropriate attire. The consequence ranges from being denied access to dining areas to serious disciplinary action if local laws are violated. The smart cruiser alternative is simple. Keep clothing neutral, respectful, and culturally appropriate. Avoid controversial prints and research dress expectations for every destination. Number 9. Skipping the mandatory safety drill, the fastest way to get kicked off. Many passengers assume the safety drill is optional. It's not. International maritime law requires every passenger to complete it before sailing. Security teams track attendance, check cabins, and escalate non-compliance. Former crew members confirm that passengers who failed to attend are removed from the ship. No refund, no exceptions. The consequence is immediate removal before departure. The smart cruiser alternative is to treat the safety drill as your first priority on board. It takes minutes and protects your entire vacation. Number 10. Overbooking or last-minute cabin cancellation.
This denial happens through no fault of your own. Cruise lines sometimes overbook ships or unexpectedly remove cabins due to maintenance issues such as flooding or mechanical failures. If no replacement is available, passengers can be bumped, even at the terminal. Former crew and traveler reports confirm that involuntary bumping still occurs, especially with guarantee cabins. The consequence can be losing your entire sailing. The smart cruiser alternative is to book confirmed cabins early, avoid guarantee rooms when possible, complete online check-in immediately, and negotiate compensation if issues arise.
Number 11. Filing a credit card chargeback after your cruise. This one surprises many seasoned cruisers. If a passenger disputes cruise charges through their bank instead of resolving the issue with the cruise line directly, the company may place them on a permanent no-sail list. Former passengers report being banned years later when attempting to book again, even for relatively small disputes. The consequence can be a long-term ban from a cruise brand. The smart cruiser alternative is to resolve disputes directly with the cruise line first. A chargeback might feel like a quick win, but it can cost future vacations.
Being denied boarding isn't always about big mistakes. Often, it's the small details passengers never think to check. Most cruisers assume they'll be fine. Smart cruisers verify everything: documents, health requirements, booking details, age rules, and hidden policies before they even leave home. If this video helped you avoid a costly mistake, give it a like. Subscribe for more insider cruise warnings and smart traveler tips. And comment below, which denied boarding rule shocked you the most?